Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome in. This is the Purple Penguin Craft Room, and I'm Vicky. Today I'm in a crafting chat and collab. Sorry. This is my first live, so if you haven't seen any of my videos, this is my first live. Just letting you guys know that. Go to the playlist. In the playlist, there will be a playlist in the link. So sorry. Um, and you go to the playlist, and you get to see all the crafters that are crafting with us today. Um, I am just one of many. There's so many more. I believe they said 16, but there's quite a few crafters today. Go and check out that playlist. Like I said, it's in the description. I made sure it's there. Um, I want to thank you and a big shout out to our host, Leah from Make All the Things With Me. Um, she put all this together. It was awesome of her to do that. I'm going to go ahead and jump right in and get started. I'm already doing, it is July, it's July 5th, but I'm doing Christmas in July. So for the next 2 weeks, I will be posting videos for Christmas. Super excited, you guys. Is that Tracy? Hello, Tracy. Welcome in. This is my first live, you guys. I got these last year. How cute are these, right? I thought these were the cutest things ever. Dollar Tree calls them candle holders. Okay, whatever. Um, they look like kind of like candle jars to me, but I mean jars, whatever. I believe they were fall last year. Um, we are going to do a little something different with this one. I thought of a cauldron or a bag or whatnot. So since I decided to do Christmas, I decided it looks like a Santa bag. How cute is that? We'll go with a Santa bag. And since it's already green, I actually have one that I already did in red. This one I am going to stick with green because Santa, typically you can do red or green. Everybody kind of picks and chooses on their own. Um, we're going to do something a little bit more fun. So to light it up, we're going to use these. These are little, I believe sometimes I call them fairy lights, but basically it's a string of lights we're going to stick in our jar here. Cute. So that's going to light up the bottom. But now we want to do the top. And I want to make sure. Hello, thank you. Welcome in. Um, make sure that you can still see the outside. I am going to paint it a little because I just kind of want to take a little bit of the shine off of that. But at the same time, I still want to be able to see this. But there is one other project I want to do before we do this. It's going to have to do with the top piece. I'm going to take, I just have this wood, just a wood square. And this is, I believe I ordered it online for the most part. And it's a 3 inch. Yeah, we're a 3 inch. This fits on top. Now, you just gotta kind of go with me on my thought process on this, right? It fits on the top. So it's a 3 inch base, basically. But unfortunately, if you put something on this, it's just gonna slide around. It's not gonna stay put, right? Leah, hello, welcome in, my friend. Thank you very much for hosting this. Um, but back to the project here. So what I thought, my thought process on this, let's make something on the bottom of this that helps it so it's not going to slide around. I go to my go-to. I like using foam board. This one is actually from the Dollar Tree. I actually don't recommend getting the foam board from the Dollar Tree. I don't like the paper that they use on their foam board. It is flimsy, but again, it is the Dollar Tree. So it's all the things. I prefer to get the paper from like Hobby Lobby or Michael's. They just have a better quality of foam board. This is only the 1/4 inch. They do have the 1/2 inch, which I absolutely love the 1/2 inch for making things. In fact, all these drawers that I have back here, um, these are actually 1/2 inch foam board. I make my own drawers, so that's kind of where I go with that. So we're going to take our circle, and I already traced it out. But now that I traced that out, I want to go ahead and do a 1/4 inch all the way around. because we want this a little bit smaller. We don't, the point is to make this smaller, not larger. So I'm just going to kind of briefly do that. So basically, I did a circle inside a circle, and I'm going to cut out the smaller one. And let's grab my X-Acto knife here, because the point of this is to make it so it doesn't slide around on us. Make sure you have a sharp blade. I probably should have changed out my blade before doing this, and I didn't think about it, but that's okay. Hope you guys all had a great fourth. We actually did not do much of anything. I luck out. I do have two dogs. My dogs are the greatest dogs ever. They could care less about fireworks. They honestly, you light off fireworks around my house, they don't even flinch. They don't care. And it's not because they don't hear them. They just do not care, which is great. They don't react to anything. Unless you ring my doorbell. You ring my doorbell, they're gonna let me know. I get to know that. Um, so then we got our circle. So now it makes sense. Now we can drop this in here, and that will help hold. I want to go a little bit further with this. I want to make one more size smaller. One more size smaller. But our neighborhood is one of those neighborhoods in which you can light off fireworks in our area. So my neighbors do that. They totally do. Um, my husband is still on the injured list. His arm is still broken, so we did not do participate in very much this year. Um, yeah, I know a lot of people like dread. I know they dread 4th of July because of their pets just can't handle it. And I feel bad for those animals because that's so sad. My parents had a dog that was like that. Like she literally jumped on the dining room table, then freaked out and peed all over the place. It was terrible. Um, it was, yeah. I totally luck out. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry, I can't see comments terribly well. I'm a little bit farther away from my screen, but thank you all for being here. This is my first live on YouTube. I do lives on Facebook on a weekly. This is my first on YouTube, so it's a little new to me. Kind of still getting used to some things. I do appreciate this collab that we're doing, and Leah for Make All the Things with me for hosting that. The description in my description, you can definitely go and check out the playlist and go and see all the other people that are crafting today as well. Hello, like I said, hello to everybody. Hello, welcome in. I am doing Christmas in July, you guys. Christmas in July. So now I've got my pieces that are kind of tiering. So they're step by step. I don't know if you can, it's hard to see. But basically this piece is a little smaller than this piece. This piece is a little smaller than this piece. So basically I've got a step. Oh, I forgot. I got my glue all the way over there. My craft glue. I love my tacky glue. I definitely recommend not a hot glue with these guys because of the paper. It's just not going to do very well. I like my craft glue. If you ever watch me, I'm obsessed with watching doing the tacky glue versus hot glue. Not exactly my thing. I will typically do hot glue or not do hot glue for the most part. We're just going to glue these together. Speaking of which, one second here. Totally forgot. I may need that. All right. I thought I was all set and I didn't make it. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Thank you guys. Hit that thumbs up. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Okay, so we got this one on here so you can see the different levels here. Now this is just basically this is kind of mechanics. This is all mechanics and stuff you don't always necessarily think about right away in some of your projects. Okay, so now I've got three. So we've got the steps all the way. And I did that wrong because I didn't want the sticker. There we go. So this still needs to set up a little bit, but give it about 5 minutes, it'll be fine. So this is awesome. So now this can fit in our piece here. We can take it on and off, and it's not going to slide off on us. I like that. That was the whole point. It's that I didn't want whatever I said on this to just gonna flop off. So that's where we go with that. Okay, so let's get back to our container here. Now I'm going to go ahead. I got these from Temu last year, and so they were actually pretty decent price. I'm almost scared to look at what the price is now because of the whole tariff situation, but they were pretty cheap last year, anyways. But you can get any kind of lights for these, and you don't have to if you can't find these anymore. Like I said, Dollar Tree had them for a little while. Um, but you can almost do any kind of jar. This will kind of work with. This will even work with like if you do what is it, a fishbowl. This will work also really well with a fishbowl. So we're just gonna put our top. Actually, I don't need to put the top on there. We're gonna take our green, and I'm gonna use this is classic green. It's acrylic. I would typically with glass, I would typically do chalk paint. However, I just didn't have the chalk paint in green that I really wanted. I have like a lime green. I really didn't want a lime green, but I wanted to see my lights in here because when I paint, I just want a light so that you can still see the lights inside. But at the same time, I kind of want to take the sheen off the glare off of the frame here. But yeah, thank you all for being here. I hope everybody had a safe 4th of July. Around here, we didn't hear about too many people having too many issues. If I get a little heavy with this, I'm just going to take a baby wipe and just kind of wipe it down or dab it so that you can still, because I really still want to be able to see my project here. You know what? I didn't grab some things. But basically, I'm doing almost a dry brush because you can kind of see. Let's see if we can, where you can kind of see where the paint, yeah, see where the paint was. Like I said, this Santa bag is going to be green. I do have a red one as well because I like Santa in green sometimes. It's kind of fun that way. Thank you for all you people that subscribe to me. I appreciate you. I do try and do at least 3 videos and quite a few shorts during the week. Try and keep up with that. I am doing Christmas in July this whole week, and next week as well. We're going to be 2 weeks of Christmas in July stuff. I'm excited because I really wanted to start doing my Christmas stuff anyways. I got some notifications on some craft shows coming up in November. They're pre getting people ready for it. Super excited about that. I like to do local craft shows. Kind of my thing. Okay, so painted on there. I like how that looks. But yeah, you can still see the lights through it. That's kind of nice. Let's go ahead and turn these off right now. We don't need them on. Oh, forgot. I was going to forgot I was going to paint my lid too. Totally forgot about that. Let's clean off this brush. What time is it? What time do I got? Oh, 15 minutes. We're good. I think we should be good. No, really, I don't have to paint the entire thing because I'm going to be putting stuff on top of it. So I might just try and do the majority around it. I'm not like crazy about wanting to paint my foam board either, just because this foam board it warps if you get it wet or even paint on it. So I kind of shy away from trying to get it too much on the foam board. It's the only downfall to using foam board. Like I said, this is the cheaper foam board because it is from the Dollar Tree. But if you use like the Michaels or Hobby Lobby, it's a little bit better brands. It doesn't warp as much and it's not as bad. I'm not going to paint the very center of this because you will not see it. We're going to do a whole stack of presents and things that are coming out of Santa's bag. So pretty excited about bringing in Santa's bag. Well, there we go. Okay. Everything except for the top part there. I don't want to get green everywhere. But go ahead and all right, let's dry this real quick. I love this green. It's really pretty green. Not too dark, not too light. Again, that's probably why they call it just classic green. It's a nice green. All right. See, and I'll probably go back and finish painting the rest of this. Like I said, it probably will warp. So I want the glue to set up a little bit more on it before I get a little too crazy. Let's put it back in our piece here so that way we can see what I've got going on. Now the fun begins, right? So I've got all of these fun things. So around Christmas time, the Christmas decorations and stuff come out. You always see the little packages. How cute are these? They have sparkly ones. They have the ones that are in the paper. Um, and basically they're like supposed to be little ornaments. I get them and I never use them for little ornaments. They also have the little drums, cute, or the little drums. Those come in 4 different colors. So we're going to add some of those. I've got a little teddy bear I want to add, the little foam little teddy bear. Um, I don't know if any of you guys have seen these. They're called skewers. They're called skewers. But they also, if you get them, so if you get them at Hobby Lobby, I got them a couple years ago. They're called skewers, and you get this whole huge bag of them. But I saw them originally at Dollar Tree, and they called them cupcake picks. Same thing. It's a little item. These are the little gingerbread man, and they're just basically on a stick. I like the ones from Hobby Lobby because they come with a little more detail on them. which is kind of fun. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter for me because sometimes I just paint them anyways. I just take these are my wire cutters. I use them for everything. But now I've got a little mini snowman and he's not on a stick, so I don't necessarily need him on a stick. And same thing with the little gingerbread man. Just cut off his little stick because he doesn't need it. Just save the little sticks. They're like basically like toothpicks. So they'll come in handy for some other kind of project I've got going on, I'm sure. Cut off some of these because we are going to do some little drums. I love these little drums. These are so cute. All right, so let's start stacking. They come in different, these packages come in different sizes. So let's start by just kind of throwing them up here. And hopefully they don't melt with the hot glue. So I am using hot glue on this just to get this project done. Hello, everybody. I am sorry I'm not paying super much attention to comments. Just trying to get her done here. And basically, we're just going to make it look, all these little packages are going to be coming out Santa's bag. I kind of lost it. This is a light up Santa bag, is what I'm calling this. Our little bear, like I said, I'm going to be totally random. Our little bear up there. See, we'll put a little snowman in here. I want to thank you guys all again for being here. Again, this is my first live on YouTube, anyways. And I do appreciate you guys very much. Don't forget to check out the other crafters. This is a crafting collab, and I've got in the description. Just go ahead to the playlist in the description and go and check that out. Big shout out to Leah from Make All the Things with Me for hosting this. I do appreciate that. Right, let's stick this guy in here. Like I said, I am just trying to make it look like all the little presents are coming out of the little Santa bag here. Also, what I've done, I did, like I said, I made another one of these, and what I did was I decided to make my own little packages because all I did was and you can get little wooden squares, or like I did, I got the wood square dowels and I cut my own little wood squares. It's cheaper, but I also have access to saws to be able to do that. And I made a whole bunch of my own little packages to kind of do this. So I will show you that at the end here. And after I get all this put together here. Gluing my top on here. Careful not to do that. Glue my top on. My top can come off there. It's not one. Oh, there we go. It's staying on there now. One. I think I'm going to do another drum here at the top. That hopefully these guys don't melt. So these little things and glue. I would do tacky glue, but because of being alive, I just wanted to make sure I got things done today. Last little thing that to add to the top here, these little mini candy canes. They were gifted to me. Looks like somebody paid 99 cents and then I got them for free. They're just little mini candy canes. You know, the best place to find all these little miniature things is for like the mini tree decorations. I know Hobby Lobby has a section that's all dedicated to all like the mini trees. And then I think Michael's also has a little mini section as well. I think even Walmart has kind of amongst their ornaments and stuff, you can get little miniature things for mini trees like that as well. Cute is that, right? All the little gifts popping out of Santa's bag. One more thing, I'm gonna keep going with this. And I forgot to get it out. Oh no. Oh, there you go. Just do some white string. I got this originally it was a ball. It was from Walmart. They have their twine in a ball. It was ball shaped and it looked like that. But once you start using it, how cute is that little ball? It was a little white ball from Walmart, but now it's not. I've used quite a bit of it. All right, and we're just going to tie it around. I think I like 3 times around. It looks kind of nice, right? We'll go 3 times around here. Thank you, Leah. Yes, I am very happy I was able to participate in this as well. I haven't been doing very many events, even on Facebook lately. Health health in the people around me is not doing the greatest. And so it's kind of iffy on, what's going to happen next, what's going on. So I try not to schedule too many things just in case we've got plans or something comes up, unfortunately, especially with my father and the dementia is a big thing. In fact, he called me last night to tell me that it was 4th of July, in case I didn't know. That was that was nice of him, I guess. All right, so now I just tied a little basic bow on this. Now, I think the last thing I still have. Oh, I still got 3 minutes. We can do this. 3 minutes. I think these might be a little big. Just digging through all my beads. I should have grabbed these earlier. All right, I'm going to steal from this bag here. I have a drawer full of beads, and they're already pre-painted ones. In fact, this one was probably off of stars for 4th of July, actually. But we're just going to take the little red ones because it's like all I just need is the little red ones. Let's see how long I need them in here. Sometimes I like to cheat and use the pre-painted ones. Don't get me wrong, I have tons of beads that are not painted that I could paint whatever color I want, but sometimes it's okay to cheat, right? Right, so that's one. Just gotta snag these other two here. Oh, stay. Turn and run away. They are running away on me. All right. Last things we've got going on here. Now the trick is trying to get them to be even. That's the hardest part for me is trying to make sure they're as even as I can get. Cute is that? I love the green one. He's so cute. All right. And just so you can see the quickness here, this is the red one. I already did this red one. And I did use, see, these are all my own little packages. So I made my own little wood packages. So very similar, just in my own. Now let's light him up for his finale here. There we go. I can sit on a shelf and see all lit up. Like I said, you could also do this with a fishbowl too. Would work really good with a little fishbowl too. That would be really cute. Thank you guys very much. That is my time. Thank you very much for participating in this crafting collab, and go and watch some more crafters for later today. You guys have a great day. Thank you guys for being here.